Bloomin' BBQ Bologna burnt ends right there. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Mark Lambert here in the Sweet Swine of Mine Distributing Test Kitchen. We're going to show you something new today. I've seen renditions of this dish done before. I just had a premonition that this was going to work, and I tried it yesterday, and it's awesome. Bloomin' Bologna, right? So, Bloomin' BBQ Bologna, a 1 pound chub of bologna. I like brine beef bologna personally. They didn't have it yesterday. This is just our local John Morrell all meat, and we're just going to show you how to turn this into Bloomin' Bologna burnt ends. It is awesome. Check it out. All right, we've got our 1 pound chunk of bologna ready to cut and turn into Bloomin' BBQ Bologna burnt ends. This is awesome. So I'm going to just kind of look and see. I'm going to get an estimate. I want to do about 4 cuts across here. And I'm just going to cut down with my knife to about the thickness of this blade. And so you can see about how far it went through. So I'm lacking about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch going all the way through. And I'm going to move over here till I get a nice plug. Go down to about blade on, it's about blade on this one. This is a Gunter Wilhelm slicer. And then this is about center mass now. Going down to the blade. So I'm going to get a few good cuts across this. Looks like I'm going to get 5 cuts. That's going to give me a good cross section of burnt ends on my bologna. I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to make perpendicular cuts across here, down to the blade, and up. Be careful that you don't break off. You need this little gratin edge, helps release a little better. That's why I'm using this knife. You have to wiggle it a little bit to get it to come out, hold down. You don't want to break your burnt ends off. Wiggle it, pop it out. And we're almost there. Now my last cut. We could have spaced it out a little differently, but you guys will get the idea. We're 5 on 5. So we're going to have a nice cross section of burnt ends. Now, I'm going to take a little robust olive. This is cayenne chili infused oil. We're just going to hit it on top, and this is just to allow a little bit of the rub to absorb and stick. Cayenne flavor is really going to infuse down into these burnt ends, and that oil is going to help that rub stick. Now today, we're going to use a little Meat Mitch Whomp rub. This is some really tasty barbecue rub. It's sweet and savory and spicy all at the same time. And we're going to kind of pull those cut edges apart and allow some of that rub to get down in between those little burnt ends. So I'm going to go one direction, and we'll pull it this direction. And as it opens, you can add a little more if you want. So we're going to go around the outside edge a little. This is some really well balanced barbecue rub. You can use any kind of rub you want. This is just kind of the one that I grabbed when I went to the tasting rack, and I really like it. It's got some black pepper in it, lots of sugar, all that's really good for bologna. Now, when it's finished blooming and we're gonna set a little sauce on it, like you do burnt ends, we're gonna take a little Texas Chrome, a little Joey Smith Sweet Heat, we're gonna apply that. So, to go into the smoker, it requires a couple of additional things. First of all, we gotta get our rack. This, we're going to put it on the red box, and this is our red box rack. We've got a little small piece of post oak. No, I'm sorry, this is a small piece of whiskey barrel oak. We're going to set that right in the middle, and we're going to use this sort of as a platform so that as we set our burnt ends on there, as this cooks, as you know, a piece of bologna sliced and fried is going to cup up on its own. And this is naturally going to do that, but when we set it up in the center and allow, it's going to accentuate, and it's going to allow these burnt ends to bloom and open up even more than they would otherwise. So we're going to make sure that that little piece of wood is the right size and it's centered. Everything is separated really well, and it's going to allow it to bloom and look really nice. We'll show you how it works. So the only thing we got to do is get a little bit of wood. We've got some pecan chips, a little aluminum foil sheet. We're just going to fold this up I didn't have any pecan chunks out. I did have the chips. So we're just gonna take our knife. We're gonna poke a few holes in here. Now we're gonna lay that right on top of our coals. We've got, I think about 5 or 6 B&B char logs in the rib box. We're gonna take this over and put it on. Okay, our Bloomin BBQ Bologna burnt ends have been on the rib box at about 345 to 355 degrees for 40 minutes. I put a little pecan chip bundle in there, and I threw in one little more handful for good measure. I wanted it nice and smoky because it's going to pair well with some pickles and cheese and things like that. So it's not for just by itself. We want to make sure that it's part of a whole tray, and it's a really good thing for the Super Bowl coming up. So check this out. This thing is awesome. So let's see what we got. Look at this. Look at this. Bloomin BBQ Bologna burnt ends right there. That's what I'm talking about. That is some kind of goodness. Now, it's not done. We want to finish them off with a little bit of barbecue sauce. We're going to take some Texas Chrome Sweet Heat, and we're going to drizzle them up. We're going to just take this and we're just going to drizzle this Sweet Heat all in between and all on top. Look at that. And we want to get that caramelized. Ooh-wee. We want it all on those little ends. We want it all in between. And that's going to pair really well with that sweet, peppery Meat Mitch Whomp rub. Now we're going to put it back in the rib box, probably 10 or 15 minutes max. So this overall cook time is probably going to be, you know, roughly about an hour. Okay, our Bloomin BBQ Bologna burnt ends are ready. We got them on the tray. We got a little smoked Gouda. We've got some sweet Swine pickles, some spicy coarse grain mustard, a little bit of University of Q mustard sauce, some sweet cherry peppers, and some Ritz crackers ready to go. To finish this and serve it, all you really have to do is go on and finish the cuts that you started and just get in between and go on and cut down and down. This is real easy just to finish what you started. Makes a great presentation though. Then you can spin it and you can finish your cuts. And there you have Bloomin BBQ Bologna burnt ends. If you really want to jack it up a little bit, you can fix your cheese tray. Put a little bit on your cheese. Now this is the Meat Mitch's Whomp rub. It's sweet and peppery. It's perfect for a cheese tray. Put a little bit on the pickles, a little bit across the bologna. And you can always put a little more sauce if you want. This Sweet Heat from Texas Chrome. Put a little bit about there. You can put a bowl next to it to dip in, but at the end of the day, Bloomin BBQ Bologna burnt ends is what you should do for the Super Bowl. Y'all please subscribe to our channel, Sweet Swine of Mine on YouTube, and y'all give this a try. This is a Super Bowl winner. Thanks for watching.